everybody. Morning. I want you all to think for a second about who you consider to be a hero. Thanks. Whether it's a parent, whether it's gasoline, whether it's somebody you know or somebody fictional, I want you to think about what makes them a hero. To me, the definition of a hero is somebody who's self-sacrificing, somebody who gives themselves to serve the better cause, somebody who's impartial, who doesn't take influence from one thing or another, and somebody who protects the weak from those who want to take advantage of them. And today I'm going to talk to you about my favorite hero of all time, and that is Bruce Wayne, the Dark Knight, Batman. Batman has always been my favorite superhero. I mean, ever since I was little, I had Batman jammies with a cape that would attach onto the back. I had Batman action figures, I had the bed sheets, I was Batman for Halloween. I mean, this guy has always been my favorite hero. I love the cartoon show in the 90s. I don't know if you guys ever watched that. He's my favorite superhero because he doesn't really have superpowers. And I know that's really mind-boggling, because when you think of superhero, you think of like Superman, or you think of like the Green Lantern. There's something about them that differentiates themselves from a normal person. But Batman is awesome and hardcore because he's super rich and he has all this money, he has all this time, but he chooses to serve the innocent and he chooses to fight crime in an awesome suit with super awesome gadgets. He was ranked #2 on IGN's 100 most popular superheroes of all time, behind Superman, which is super lame. Super lame. Batman was created in 1939 by Bob Kane. He was also created with Bob Kane's assistant Bill Finger, who kind of gave them some extra tips and pointers. The original suit was a cape kind of complex that just didn't really move, and he was also red and black, which is not that cool. And Mr. Finger is credited with giving him the classic gray and black color scheme with the yellow insignia in his chest. He was created a year after Superman. At this time, comics were starting to get really popular with kids. I mean, you would have TV shows spawn after them. So when Superman came out, that was with Action Comics, and Detective Comics wanted Bob to create something that was in the same genre as Superman. And Detective Comics became DC Comics, which ended up buying Superman for like $45, which is pretty funny. I hate Superman. Batman was created and inspired by Leonardo da Vinci's flying machine sketches. There's a machine that you would hook onto a body and he could potentially fly across if he had the right momentum, and that's where he got the idea of somebody running around with a cape and trying to fly. The personality of Bruce Wayne came from the movie The Mark of Zorro, which I don't know if any of you guys seen any of the Zorro movies, but his character is a lot like Bruce Wayne. He's a rich guy, he's got a lot of time on his hands, and he sees injustice and he does something about it. Bruce Wayne, in the fictional story, suffered a personal loss and tragedy when his parents were killed right in front of his face. He saw that there was crime in the city of Gotham, and he wanted to do something about it. He was given his father's company, but chose instead to study martial arts, ninjutsu, stuff like that. And he wanted to fight the injustice and the corruption that he saw every day in the city. He has numerous allies as well as enemies. There's Robin the Boy Wonder, there's Nightwing, there's Barbara, who is the daughter of Commissioner Gordon, who fights along his side, and his enemies include Two-Face, the Riddler, the Penguin, and the Joker. Often Batman's enemies represent his shortcomings of not being the perfect crime fighter. A lot of them had their origins because he failed to do the right thing, or he failed to react as quickly as he could. Batman has been consistently popular since 1939 with serials that were like kind of short shows for kids, comic motion comics, cartoons, and movies. I think any of you have probably seen The Dark Knight. It's the series that Christopher Nolan started in 2005. The next movie that's coming up is called The Dark Knight Rises, and that'll be in 2012, and Mr. Nolan has been quoted in saying it'll be the last one in the series, which I hope somebody picks it up. The most successful Batman movie to this date is The Dark Knight, which grossed over $1 billion. It's pretty awesome. And the Batman in those movies was played by Christian Bale, and he's always got that like whisper, kind of voice.
Swear to me.
In conclusion, heroes come in all shapes and variations. A hero could be a parent, a hero could be somebody in the military, and a hero could be you. Batman shows that anybody can be a superhero. I mean, sure, he's got loads of cash, he's super good looking, and he knows super martial arts, but any of you can see injustice and any of you can do something about it. Thank you.